Green flag going to wave. Better start this time for the front rows. They come to the flag stand. Good start as the green flag waves into turn one. Johnson still going to lead them as we come off turn number two. Morant runs in second as Derek Hicks having a little trouble with the Big Eagle guys, and Blackburn as they are three wide going into turn number three. Coming off turn number four, Big Eagle's going to throw that car up in front of Hicks, but Hicks is going to fight back on the outside. He will hold on to that fifth spot. As we look back up front, let's just go three wide for the lead as we come down the back straightaway. Johnson on the outside. Here comes Morant. Morant looking on the inside. It's yellow. Caution on the racetrack. Caution coming out on the speedway.
Go single file for me, fellas. Go single file. It makes it easy.
Car number 96 of Marty Powell involved. Car number 1 of Eddie Ingram, both involved. As we come off turn number 4, on the gas as he gets on the infield a little, walls that car around, but he hangs on the lead as Morant and Big Eagle battling side by side for that second spot. Big Eagle high. Here comes Hicks. Derek Hicks threading the needles to come down the back straightaway. He will take over that third spot. Derek Hicks with a good run. Blackburn on the inside as we come down the front straightaway. Derek Hicks got that familiar high line working as he is now moving in on Morant. Look at that little hot rod forward run as he is on the high side down the back straightaway, taking over that second spot from Moran as we head into turn number 3. Everybody chasing. Richards in that car number 1X, Johnson rather in that car number 1X as we come down the front straightaway. Again, Hicks way up the racetrack. He is your second place car. Good run by him. Up front, car number 1X of Matt Johnson as he is going to lead them down the back straightaway. That red number 1X. He looked impressive in the heat race. Can he do it here in the feature? He's got company. Hicks runs second. Third spot, Morant. Morant, as 78 slips up, that's going to open the door for both Morant and Blackburn. As Blackburn hangs on to that third spot, here comes Hicks mounting that charge back on the high side again. He will be challenging Big Eagle down the back straightaway. Dennis Elliott also on that high line. 3 wide now for third, fourth, and fifth as Hicks way up the racetrack again, as he will take back over that fourth spot. One slip is all it takes for these guys to get the advantage as we come down the back straightaway again. Hicks on the high side, Elliott right below him. The two guys that are always battling here at 35, they're battling for that fourth and fifth spot. Down the front straightaway again. Up front, everybody chasing that 1X of Matt Johnson. Morant going to the high side, trying to make it work as he goes down the back straightaway. Hicks back to the fourth spot. Big Eagles, they both run. Mason runs in that fifth spot. The 99 rather is Jet Big Eagle. He runs in that sixth spot down the front straightaway again. Matt Johnson in that 1X, hugging that low line on the racetrack. Here comes the 78 of Hicks again as he's got that car working. Big Eagle gets by Dennis. That is Mason Big Eagle. Here comes Elliott back on the inside doing that slide job to perfection. And here comes Mason Big Eagle back on the inside. Crossover move working as he is now setting his sights on Hicks. Again, car number 1X running the bottom line. Morant running the high side as yellow. Caution on the speedway. Caution. Debris in turn 4. Debris on the racetrack in turn 4, bringing out the yellow flag. 00, a Big Eagle outside of him. Here we go. Green flag in the air as we come down the front straightaway into one. Aaron Morant way up the racetrack. That's going to open the door for Blackburn as the battle is for that second, third spot. Car number 99 of Jet Big Eagle. He uses that high line as he is going to take over that fourth spot as we come down the front straightaway. Derek Hicks also on that high side. Can he get it done as we come through turn number 1 off of turn number 2? Down the back straightaway we come. Up front, battle now for the lead. Aaron Morant using that high line. Here we come down the front straightaway. Who's it going to be? At the line, Aaron Morant takes over that top spot as we go into one. Aaron Morant worked that high line until he got it figured out, and it worked to perfection for him. But here comes Johnson back on the inside. Matt Johnson on the low line, Morant on the high line. Who's he going to be at the line this time? Back and forth we go. Morant still your leader that time by. Aaron Moran out of Richmond, Missouri, goes down the back straightaway. Johnson looking on the inside, doing everything he can to hold on, unable to hang it on the inside as he will move up the track. He will stay in that second position. Diving back to the inside, race fans. Again, Morant will lead them, but Johnson not going away as he stays right in that second spot. Third spot now is Jet Big Eagle as we go down the back straightaway. Blackburn in fourth, but here comes Mason Big Eagle with Dennis Elliott in that sixth spot. Up front, battling door to door, wheel to wheels. We come down the front straightaway. Too close for me to call it the line that time between Morant and Johnson. Morant using that high line, Johnson the low line, and here comes Big Eagle. Jet Big Eagle in that 99. A lot of sheet metal just flapping off the 99 car. Sheet metal coming loose as yellow caution on the racetrack. Shane Lawson over the berm down there in turn number 1 and 2, bringing that car to a stop. Looks like he is able to roll that car now, and will bring it back out on the racetrack. Changes lines to come off turn number 4 down the front straightaway, still staying on the bottom of the racetrack. Good start for him as he has got 2 car lengths on Morant. Morant going back to the high side as we go through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Mason Big Eagle on the inside of Jet Big Eagles. They battle side by side for that 3rd and 4th spot. It's Dennis Elliott and Blackburn also going side by side with Dennis Elliott also in tow. And Derek Hicks in that car number 78. But up front, everybody's chasing that 1X. He was not fooled that time as he has pulled out to a big lead on the inside of the racetrack. Moved up a little bit on the racetrack, but still hugging the bottom of the track. Seems to be working for the 1X of Matt Johnson. Again, car number 70, Aaron Moran. He is in the mix as he runs through turn number 1 off of turn number 2. The battle is between the 2 Big Eagle boys as they're side by side. 99 on the outside, 00 on the inside. Here comes Dennis Elliott. Elliott throwing his name in the mix. Slide job on Big Eagle as he is 3 wide down the front straightaway. Dennis Elliott and Big Eagle, a little contact between the two as they go through turn number 1 off of turn number 2. Elliott not going to lift as he is going to stay in the throttle, and here comes Blackburn. Blackburn back on the inside of Elliott. Dennis Elliott and Big Eagle, a little bit of rubbings racing as they went through 1 and 2. Now through 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. Elliott up to that 4th spot now in car number 29. But the 70 Morant, 00 pulling that car in the infield. That is Mason Big Eagle out of the race here tonight. Dennis Elliott looking on the inside of Jet Big Eagles. They come down the front straightaway as they go through turn number 1, coming off turn number 2. Johnson still going to lead them in that 1X. Morant runs second. Dennis Elliott and Big Eagle battling for that 3rd and 4th spot. Right now, Big Eagle has it, but here comes Elliott looking on the inside. White flag in the air. One more time around for the 1X of Matt Johnson. As Johnson comes off turn number 2. No lap traffic for him to deal with as he goes down the back straightaway. Morant runs in that 2nd spot. Elliott now takes over that 3rd spot as we come off turn number 4. Let's give him a big round of applause. Picking up the feature win, the 1X of Matt Johnson. 2nd place, car number 70 of Aaron Morant. 3rd place, 29 of Dennis Elliott. 4th place, car number 99 of Jet Big Eagle. Then comes 26K of Kevin Blackburn. And that is your top 5. Let's give all these modified drivers a big round of applause. USRA B Modifieds. Green is in the air as they come down the front straightaway by the flag stand in the 1. Ed Noel going to lead them. Team Doughboys. Here comes Steve Starmer on the outside as we come down the back straightaway. Noel in that GRT chassis. Noel Lawn and Landscaping going to lead them through turn number 3, coming off turn number 4. Lap number 1 is going to belong to car number 15, we think, but here comes Starmer on the inside. Too close for me to call. As yellow caution on the racetrack. Caution on the racetrack. As car number 77 along says the wrong way in turn number 3. James Long unable to go as he takes that car behind the wall. Green flag in the air as we come down the front straightaway with Ed Noel out front. Battle now is for that 2nd spot as we go through turn 1, coming off turn number 2. Bud Wilson on the high side gets it working right up against the wall as Bud Wilson actually hits the wall going down the back straightaway as he and Starmer run side by side. Big passel of cars right behind the front runners as we got 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th all battling as Jake Richards takes over that 4th spot. 17J of Jake Richards making his move to the front. Here comes Randy Ainsworth as he is on the outside of Tim Eaton. He will take over fifth as we go down the back stretch. And here comes Doug Keller on the inside of Eaton. 3X of Tony Manley working that high side as we come down the front straightaway, but everybody chasing that car number 15 of Ed Knoll. Ed Knoll, been a while for him since he's been in victory lane as he comes down the front straightaway. 2 car lengths now between he and Bud Wilson. Wilson using that high line. Hopefully he can make it work as he's trying to make his move around in front, but none able to get it done. As yellow caution on the racetrack. Caution on the racetrack as we have one over the bank over in turn number 3. Green flag racing. Ed Knoll on the throttle coming down the front straightaway. Got about a half a car length lead as Bud Wilson and 11S of Starmer battling side by side for that second spot. Here comes Richards on the inside. Here comes Ainsworth on the outside. Throw a blanket over second, third, fourth, and fifth. Just what Ed Knoll wants to see is them battling behind him. Again, Starmer, look at Richards on the inside. Got that low line working as he and Ainsworth run side by side. 3 wide as we go into turn number 1. Ainsworth in the middle, Starmer high. Richards on the inside. Richards will take over that third spot. Green flag staying on the racetrack as Ed Knoll is your leader. We got a battle for the lead. We got battle for third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth all over the racetrack. Great racing action out here in the USRA B modified class. Starmer on the inside of Richards as we go into turn number 1. Coming off turn number 2, Richards and Starmer still side by side. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Up front, Bud Wilson doing everything he can, but Ed Knoll keeping that lead as we come down the front straightaway. Again, Ed Knoll side by side. That time by, too close for me to call. Wilson up high. 15 of Knoll. As 211 of Eaton kind of gets nudged over the edge. As we come down the back straightaway, everybody's still on track, so we stay green flag racing as we're halfway through. As around goes car number 27. Yellow, caution on the racetrack. Caution on the racetrack. Thought he was going to get that car under power as he knocked over a cone. He backed right over a cone. Number 4. Down the front straightaway. Good start by Wilson as he is hungry for that feature win as we go through turn number 1, coming off turn number 2. Richard looking on the inside of Knoll, using that low line to perfection. Here comes Doug Keller as he runs in that 4th spot. Starmer in 5th, and here comes Ainsworth in 6th. As we come off turn number 4, down the front straightaway again, Knoll and Richards side by side. Knoll will hang on to that 2nd spot, moving Richards to 3rd. Richards going to look a little higher on the racetrack this time as they come off turn number 4. Great run for him as he goes down the back straightaway. He will hang on to 3rd, but everybody's chasing that 20 of Bud Wilson as Wilson is your leader coming down the front straightaway. Bowler Motorsports, Lake Road Warehouse, Firehouse Designs, Cameron Engine, Side Biter Chassis, all sponsors on that car number 20X of Bud Wilson. Now Jake Richards mounting a charge to that 2nd spot as him and 15 of Knoll battle side by side for that number 2 spot. Everybody chasing the man at the point, Bud Wilson. Ed Knoll hanging on to that 2nd spot, but here comes Richards as he will run 3rd, and Doug Keller moving up the racetrack as he runs 4th. Ainsworth and Starmer side by side down the back straightaway. Great racing action between these 2 veteran drivers for 4th and 5th, and everybody chasing that car number 20 of Bud Wilson. Bud Wilson got that car out front, 20X, as he comes down the back straightaway. Doug Keller now closing in on Jake Richards, trying to take over that 3rd spot, as Keller will get it done as he will now try to run down to 15 of Knoll. Ed Knoll way up the racetrack as again 20X of Wilson going to lead that lap as he has about an 8-car length lead now on the 15 of Knoll. Doug Keller runs in that 3rd spot, 4th spot Jake Richards, and 5th still in question as Randy Ainsworth. 11S of Starmer and the 211 of Eaton, and here comes Shadron Turner in the 17T. Again, race fans, Bud Wilson out front, 15 of Knoll runs 2nd. Great racing action as they come down the back straightaway. Going to be looking at the white flag this time by. Bud Wilson's got one more lap as we're telling 27 that fast cars are coming. Please hold your line as Bud Wilson going to be dealing with lap traffic as he goes down the back straightaway. As he goes by the Walker estimating sign, Coca-Cola sign, he is going to take the high line as he goes through turn number 3. Coming off turn number 4, let's give him a big round of applause in victory lane, the Bud man, Bud Wilson. Second spot, car number 15 of Ed Knoll. Third, car number 7 of Doug Keller. Fourth, 17J of Jake Richards. And fifth, $11S, your 5th place car. Great racing action, B modified style. Let's give all these guys a big round of applause. And how about that 20X, the Bud man, Bud Wilson, in Vic, coming off turn number 3, turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Jason S. is going to lead them as we head into turn number 1, but he's got company. Alvin Christopherson on the inside, Mark Ronnie Baum, and here comes Billy Hoover as Billy Hoover taking over that third spot, looking for more on the high side of Christopherson. Hoover looking on the inside of Christopherson now as we come down the front straightaway. Ronnie Baum in that 4th spot, and here comes John Bowler Jr. as he runs 5th. Up front, everybody chasing that car number 997 of Jason Estes as we come down the back straightaway again. The 22X, Alvin Christopherson runs 2nd, and 21H of Billy Hoover 3rd. John Bowler, he runs in that 4th spot now, taking it away from Ronnie Baum as Mark Ronnie Baum looks back on the inside of him, trying to crossover move as they come by the flag stand into 1. Estes again got that car working on the high side. Ford Thunderbird, your current point leader, having a stellar year this year here at I-35 Speedway, as he is your point leader. As he comes down the front straightaway again, he's got a 4 car length lead on car number 22X of Christopherson. And the man on the move, the 21H of Billy Hoover, runs 3rd. John Bowler Jr. right up next to the wall, getting that car hammered down as he runs in the 4th spot. Is Mark Ronnie Baum, a good solid run for him, and Pruitt runs in that 5th spot. As we come down the front straightaway again, 997S, the sure leader. ZTR, Go-Kart Speedway on the side of that race car. 22X Christopherson, Bowler Motorsports, all about trash sponsors on that race car. Billy Hoover now closing in. The battle is for that 2nd spot out on the racetrack as they are nose to tail down the front straightaway, unable to make that work as, again, Estes out front. And again, the battle as Hoover looks on the inside of the 22. Not working for him as he goes down the back straightaway. Christopherson way up the racetrack. That allows Hoover to get right back on the deck lid as he is going to be diving underneath. Again, side by side down the front straightaway. Hoover on the inside, Christopherson on the outside. Billy Hoover, your 2nd place car, that time by. Hoover trying to take over that 2nd spot as he goes down the back straightaway. Good job by him tonight as he is a half a car length ahead of Christopherson as they go into turn number 3. Coming off turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Christopherson trying to move back to the inside as we're halfway through. Cross flags means halfway with Jason Estes, your leader in the 997. Billy Hoover still runs 2nd. Christopherson 3rd. And 4th place belongs to John Bowler Jr., the boss man. And then here comes car number 5 of Keith Simmons making his move to the front as he is now your 6th place car. Christopherson runs in that 3rd spot. Billy Hoover in 2nd. Estes up front in the 997. Ford Thunderbird, old Thunder Chicken, flapping his wings here tonight as he has got that car out front. Bowler runs in that 4th spot. 5th, Simmons starting his move toward the front, and Boo Sauter coming to the back up to that 6th spot as the lap starting to wind down. 9 laps in the books that time by as Estes got that 997 on cruise control as he goes through turn number 3, coming off turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, the lap starting to wind down. Almost a turn lead now for the 997 Estes, 2nd spot, 21H of Hoover, and they are still battling it out as Christopherson runs in that 3rd spot, and John Bowler 4th. 5th place now belongs to Keith Simmons in that 5 car as Boo Sauter trying to run him down. Battle still rages for that 2nd spot. Billy Hoover on the outside, Christopherson on the inside. These two going back and forth. Here comes Christopherson, going to make that move work as he comes off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. As we go through turn number 3, coming off 4, Hoover back on the inside, but Christopherson will hang on to that 2nd spot as he has mounted his charge back by Hoover. He now owns the 2nd spot. Estes having to deal with lap traffic as he passed car number 61 on the racetrack. Joe Sowers going a lap down. As the laps start winding down, 2 more laps to go for Estes as he comes by this time. Next one in lap traffic will be Ronnie Ishmael in that 23i car. As Estes going to be looking at the white flag this time around. Through turn number 3, coming off turn number 4, white flag in Bob Reber's hand one more time around for the 997 of racing, Jason Estes. As we go through turn number 1, off of turn number 2, the battle still rages for that second spot. Lap traffic going to come into play. Hoover on the inside, Christopherson on the outside. Hoover will take that spot down the back straightaway with Christopherson in that third spot. Going to split car number 61 as we come down the front straightaway. Your feature winner, the 997 of racing, Jason Estes. Second place to 22X, Albie Christopherson as he was pushing the lap car. Third place to 21H of Billy Hoover. Fourth place to 5 car of Keith Simmons. Then the 14X of John Bowler Jr. Good race, green to white to checkered. Good job out here for the USRA stock cars. Let's give all these drivers a big round of applause. Good, close racing.
14, you should be coming to the scales.
Next up, race fans, are those high-flying, fire-breathing, alcohol-drinking USRA Modifieds. Let's get